Okay, so first problem is, and this might be triggering all the other problem, all the other problems. But let's see. Let's solve this bottom one first, which is, remember that we cannot load files from the disk directly. We have to use a web server because the browser is gonna browsers shouldn't allow that for safety reasons. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually go to our projects folder, fall 2020, assignment 3. I'm gonna open a server here. We did this in the first lab, and this is the simplest way of opening a web server. And now I'm gonna load this page from the web server. And okay, so now we have another problem, but it's not that one. Now it's saying that I cannot read proper to string of undefined and on load. So I think starts at 63, line 63. Wait, is this? It cannot read proper to string of undefined, GL, blah, 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 blah. But it's okay, so the problem is here. And we get the print, images block JPEG. And it seems that all of this is working. Let me comment these lines and see if there's any problem before. These are gonna happen until we fix all of this. These are shader issues, so we're gonna have to keep them there. But there is a problem with our onload. Cannot read to string of undefined. Let's find image tag, image tag. Let me, this is text imager 2D, and this is texture parameter I. Bind texture GL. Oh, wait. I think I missed. I think this should be texture 2D as well. Yes. Let me see. Okay, we got rid of some things, but we are still image and image tag, new image, image source, texture, create texture, image active texture, texture 0, and then GL bind texture, texture 2D. That should be GL texture. Okay, and then GL texture to text parameter I, me filter, linear, and then text image 2D, image tag, and then, well, let's see, let's try to, cannot be proper to string of undefined. Huh. And the problem comes on load. Let me comment all these things and see where we get the problem. Okay, so let me uncomment this. Okay, and then this one. Okay, good. Good. Yeah, it's this line, I guess. Okay, and what is the problem? So I have it here. I have it here written in order. Oh, God. I see something here. Yeah. Let me do this. Maybe there is a, what is the problem? Huh. Why did I unsign? Oh, I see. You were missing a texture. You were missing the underscore here. Okay, we were missing the underscore here from texture underscore to the, okay. Yeah, now it works. Sorry about that. And now this should be fine. Okay, good. But we are still not seeing triangle. And why is that? Oh, now we are calling the function. This is being called. Oh, I see. I see. Let me make a function draw or render world. And here we can give the world. And let me put this loop in there. And I think this should be fine. And then I can actually have this even outside because this is the same for all of them. Let's call this var. I'm doing this because I want to call this function only after I load my image, because this is the only point where I know my texture is ready to be used. And I think what is happening here is that we are trying to draw without a texture ready, so we get black because nothing has changed. We were drawing before essentially this function, because it's asynchronous. I think this function was being called before, even though it's called before, there is not enough time for loading the texture, and then we call render world before the texture is ready. So let me do this, and I hope this is going to fix the problem. So, but for that we need the world to be a global. Yeah, I'm going to say the world is a global variable. And then everything's fine, I guess. We don't even need to pass the world here, I think, but let's just keep it this way for now. Yeah, there we go. Wait, why is it white? We don't clear, okay, we don't clear our screen here. So let me clear my screen in my render function. Okay. Now there we go. See that there's, it even takes some time for you took some time for it to call the function itself. You could see the background actually, there was a second or something for the background to get black when I refreshed the first time. Now we can't see because it's already black, so we don't see the difference. But that's actually showing how long it took for the program to load the texture. And not only load from the disk, but also load from the disk and send it to the GPU and do all this work, right? But that's it. That's it. It takes kind of an hour to do this work, but I think it's clear enough. Do you have any questions? Yeah, it is tricky to work with textures. I think this is a very good, like super important to do this with the book, because I think while you're reading and getting the explanations from the book and typing it line by line, you're gonna probably have questions, and then the book most of the time is gonna be able to solve it. If not, then you can come to office hours. I strongly recommend you playing with different parameters, if you have to work with different size of textures to see these things getting affected. But yeah, you don't have time to explore all these variables at this point. But yeah, for now we have this simple function to load textures. And what I want to do is pretty much play with UV values so we see things changing. Turns out this variable is, this texture is kind of like a pattern. So it's a pattern, so you won't see, you won't visualize the changes very much or very easily as if it was a face or a cat or something. And we could try to get a random image from the internet, but I already spent enough time here. So let's just tweak these numbers and see what happens. So right now, this one is 0, 0. Imagine if I want to rotate, maybe rotate, let's look at the texture again. Right now we have the texture loaded. So we can even see, wait. Yeah, I think I see, for example, this, oh, interesting. I think it's rotated already. I think it's actually rotated. Maybe it's, and this probably has to do with how the how WebGL loads textures. I think it might be flipped in some axis the way it is right now, because this pixel here, right, should be this one, I think, and it's not. I think it is reading, no, it's not even this one, because this is dark brown and this is a light brown. Interesting. I wonder what, huh. Oh, here. So it's definitely mirrored. I flipped. See these three sections, this and this and this, they are this and this and this. So we are reading, this is flipped all around the x-axis. So this is essentially, we are seeing the image, I guess, not even this way, but no, it's mirrored both ways. Yeah, it's mirror also on the y-axis, because this is 3 pixels, they are here. And there is, and I think that's correct. And in the book, you'll see in their example, they actually mirror the texture. There's an argument to actually mirror these things as well. When while you're loading your textures, there's an argument to flip in the x or flip on the y-axis, and then you can, you don't have to, it's going to be easier to do that than changing the UV mappings, okay? But it's an interesting point that you should always analyze your texture and see what you're getting. But here is important that, again, we mapped only 3 vertices and we got all of the intermediate ones interpolated for us nicely, okay? And for the cube now is the same process. You only have to, for each of these vertices, you're gonna have to add the UV mappings. And because this is tedious and like a hand like work, I already have it here. So let me copy it and see, we can try to visualize the cube. I already have the same vertices here, but with extra UV mappings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm gonna put the same comments that we have the triangle. And let's see if you can render the cube using the same texture. So where is it? Let me see. A second. Cube is here. Okay, let's comment the triangle out and add the cube only. Okay, good. See, it is working probably. I hope that and with the camera, when you actually work with the camera, then we should be able to see the other faces of the triangle, of the cube, sorry. Cool, so like now I think we have textures for different shapes. And just for, let's see what happens if you have both of them. Okay, and then, okay, good. Don't need to translate this thing.